Very little is known about Hattie's early life before she relocated to Dexter. It is documented that she hailed from a respectable family in Dover, where she was one of 2 daughters born to David and Esther Livermore. At some point in her life, she entered into matrimony with Harry E. Whitten and subsequently gave birth to 3 children, Fanny, Jenny, and Louis. Tragically, in 1900, Harry met an untimely demise under suspicious circumstances, likely due to poisoning by his own wife. During the next 2 years, Mrs. Whitten's behavior began to exhibit unusual characteristics, a clear indication of her morphine addiction. In September of 1902, the Whitten family relocated to Dexter, where Hattie briefly operated a boarding house. On September 19th of that year, their 11-year-old daughter Fanny passed away suddenly. The coroner attributed her death to meningitis, though it raised suspicions since the young girl had displayed good health with no apparent signs of illness. Nevertheless, it came to light that Hattie had taken out an insurance policy on her daughter, eventually collecting $85 from the insurance company. Approximately a month after the tragic loss of Fanny, Jenny and Louis began to witness a swift decline in their mother's mental well-being. Sadly, another devastating incident occurred on November 27th, when 9-year-old Jenny also passed away suddenly, officially attributed to heart failure. However, authorities grew suspicious due to the fact that Jenny had been insured for $50 by her mother. They promptly requested Coroner George M. Barrows to conduct an examination of the young girl's remains, and to his astonishment, Barrows uncovered traces of both arsenic and strychnine in Jenny's body, prompting him to issue an arrest warrant for murder. The very next day, Hattie Whitten was apprehended at her residence immediately following her daughter's funeral. During Hattie's custody, Fanny's remains were exhumed and subjected to examination. While the findings of the autopsy were never publicly disclosed, it is highly likely that evidence of poisoning was discovered in her as well. Subsequently, Mrs. Whitten was arraigned in court for Jenny's murder, pleading not guilty to the charges. She was to be held until Tuesday under the supervision of Deputy Louis Curtis, but instead spent the night at her son Louis's home, resting alongside her elderly mother. On November 30th, the deputy took the suspected perpetrator into his residence, where he placed her under house arrest. Around noon, Curtis briefly left the house to tend to his horse in the barn. Seizing the opportunity, Hattie Whitten ingeniously fashioned a noose by tying 2 towels together and hung herself from the bedpost. Upon discovering her lifeless body, Curtis immediately summoned medical assistance in an attempt to revive her, but their efforts proved futile. Alongside her daughters, Hattie was interred at the family burial plot in Evergreen Cemetery in Milo.